Chapter 5. Both varsity teams win handily against the Hardwell, and the JV boys and the girls squeak by. But it's still a sweep, and everyone is pumped. Marill's nowhere to be found, but what else is new? And since Gavin disappeared with her, it's easy for me to just celebrate the moment with my team. Afterward, Fiona drops me at home, and to my surprise, the Channel 7 news van is parked at the curb. When I get inside the house, I hear my dad saying, "They're still arguing about whose responsibility it is, and meanwhile, what are we supposed to do? This was a school event. It happened on a school bus." I can't believe he's telling them this, and the cameraman is getting it all on video. "Dad," I say, throwing down my backpack, "what are you trying to do? Get everyone at school to help me?" Mala Sumner signals the cameraman to cut, then turns to me. "This is a really important part of the story, Jessica." "No, the story is that my team is trying to do something amazing and positive. We do not have to get into all this negative stuff." She considers this a moment, then has some silent exchange with my dad before smiling at me and saying, "Your mother told me about Sherlock. Could we get some footage of you and him in your front yard?" "Sure," I tell her. Anything to change the subject, anything to get her away from my dad. After about 10 minutes outside, Marla and the cameraman pack up and take off. I hang outside with Charlotte a little longer because I'm still upset with my father, but when I go back inside, I discover that he's upset with me. He sits me down at the kitchen table. Mom is standing off to the side, quiet. "I'm sorry if you think I'm being negative," he says. "I'm sorry if you didn't want me to talk about the school district's obligation to meet your basic medical needs. But here's the reality. While the insurance companies are dragging their feet, I'm working 12, 14, 16 hours a day to keep us afloat. While they are deciding who is responsible for your hospital bills, your mother and I have taken out a second mortgage on the house. It won't begin to pay for everything, but for now, it'll put off collection agencies and ruin credit or bankruptcy. Because their lawyers are playing a game of cat and mouse, we've had to hire our own, and he told us that these kinds of cases usually take years to settle. But if we don't fight for you right now, you will get a measly settlement that won't include the medical care and prosthetic limbs that you will need in the years ahead. You are still growing, Jessica, and your body will keep changing. Plus, prosthetic legs wear out. I've researched this, and you will need dozens of legs in your lifetime. At $20,000 a pop, that's not something we are willing to let go or pretend isn't a problem. As your parent, we need to prepare for your future. Anything less would be completely irresponsible. So if you think I was being negative with the news crew, I'm sorry. The fact is, I'm just looking out for you." "How was I supposed to know?" I snap. "Why didn't you tell me any of this before?" "Maybe we should have," Dad says wearily. "But we thought you were dealing with enough already." I just sit there feeling awful. I've known that my parents have worries, but I thought they would go away. I figured that in time everything would work itself out. But while I have been living day to day, worrying about working, my parents have been taking the wrong view, thinking about my future. Before the accident, my future just meant college. College is something I haven't thought about since the accident, but Fiona and I did have plans, big plans, and now think about my future. I'm slapped with the reality that attending our dream college is no longer an option for me. My parents couldn't afford it then. I'll never get a running scholarship now. So Fiona will going there without me. That thought, along with everything my dad said and the abuse told this taken on my parents, hits me in the gut like an unexpected punch. I'm sorry, I choke out. Then I go up to my room and cry my eyes out. Chapter 6. I seem to have long heart-to-hearts with everyone that night. Mom, Dad, Fiona, Kelly, even Charlotte, although the one with him is pretty one-sided. By bedtime, I'm sick to death of trying to sort through everything, and I tell Dad that he can call the news station back if he wants to. He kisses me on the forehead and tells me for the 100th time that he wishes he could change things. And then, right before he closes my door, he turns to me and asks, "What was Lucy's last name?" "Lucy?" "Sandless," I answer. "But it's his living. I have a horrible thought. Wait!" He looks back into the room. "You can't have a parents depositioned or dispositioned or whatever you were talking about before. Lucy's dead. They are not going to want to talk to lawyers. It would be mean to ask them to help us." He gives me a curious look, and I can see him trying to stay calm. "Jessica," he says quietly, "I want to see if I can help them." Then he closes the door. Chapter 7. League prelims take place over the weekend. Kiro invites me along, but I'm still not ready to get on a school bus, let alone stay on one for over 100 miles each way. Instead, I help Mom in a flowers garden. She's bought pansies, and vinca, and gazania, verbena, impatiens, and marigold, and sacks of potting soil. She bustles about, uprooting dead plants and weeds and mulching new life into the tired dirt. She's late with her planting this year, and she shouldn't have waited. As the day wears on and the new plants get nestled into earth, her whole being seems to change. She hums, she blooms. Shelley is out in the yard with us, canoeing on a stick. He seems content too, ignoring the fluttering birds and the occasional pedestrian. I think about the seasons, about the joys of spring, about the cold, hard days and long, dark nights of winter. I wonder if old people ever look back on their lives and see it as times of seasons, years of summer, decades of spring. I wonder what I'll see when I look back later in life. Looking back now, I see 16 years of springtime, followed by a deep sudden freeze. I wonder how long this winter will be for me. I wonder how long I'll have only glimpses of sunshine. I wonder if it'll ever be enough to thaw the freeze, or if the ice will just soften for a moment, then harden again. My mother shakes me from my thoughts. "It's so nice to have you out here with me." She takes off her gloves and holds my face, my family, and my flowers. That's all I need in this world. I smile and try to hold on to the warmth of her sunshine.